I strongly believe that education is the single most important job that the human race has.
We're actually out to reform the public school system.
You know, we're not stupid. We have a lot of drive in us. You know, we can do anything we put our minds to.
You know, it hits you as a teacher. Oh my God. You know, something that I designed made this kid feel like a hero.
Are we going to have enough room for the whole webpage just on that one line?
You'll be surprised, it just goes right down.
Water. The water.
Imagine if kids from the beginning could be learning through developing the interests through things that they were in love with, that they cared about. You know, just imagine.
Right here, for instance.
Okay. These sophomore geometry students in Seattle have a problem, and they're excited about solving it.
The problem that they have to solve is how do you design a state-of-the-art high school in the year 2050 on a particular site. Students are in teams of 3 to 4, and they're in a design competition for a contract to build it.
There's the fire eliminator. This is a vacuum. There's water inside it.
In Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, these 5th graders are designing a tool to put out fires in space.
If you turn it on high, it sucks up the fireball.
In Hawaii, high school students are building electric cars and racing them. These students have something in common. They are energized, focused, and challenged, determined to do their best. They are collaborating from robots to worms, learning lessons they'll never forget and having fun in the process.
We're going to experiment on dead worms. We smelt them and they didn't smell good.
We have a camera now, and you guys can go out and shoot. If I look back at my own education, I remember the projects I made. I remember the hand I made in kindergarten. I remember the volcano I made in 3rd grade. Because they were projects. They were things that had an end to them. Something tangible, something that I can say to my mom, mira mami, lo que hice, look mom, look what I did.
Being patient.
So that's not absolutely set in stone.
Twice a year, students work with their teachers to come up with a question or area of inquiry that they will pursue for the next several months. They integrate math, science, and English studies, and with the help of deep inquiry into a single subject, is the same whether it's 7th graders studying the war.
Well, I realize this. You look at this picture, you feel sorry for the soldiers, and that kind of makes you want to support the war. But then if you look at this picture, you feel sorry for the Iraqi people, and that makes you think that the war isn't necessary.
Or 1st graders focusing on frogs.
That little green dot is called a spiracle.
If you study something really deeply, you become very invested in it. So what you're seeing, even with the frogs in the 1st grade, is tremendous investment. Kids really, really care about frogs. It wouldn't have been as deep if they had studied frogs for 2 days and lizards for 2 days.
It's just a frog that we made that sticks out its tongue. Not many people, a lot of people wanted a tongue, but they didn't have to get a tongue. But I did.
Going on that has transformed Harrison's curriculum. In almost every classroom, cutting-edge technology tools are facilitating a new way of learning.
During the Gilded Age, what could be said about national politics? Is it A, the Republican Party held the majority of voters? B,
now history lessons are as exciting as game shows.
What is your final answer?
Digital
computers and the probes to tell us what the heart rate was before they exercised and then what it was afterwards, and also the respiration.
Like without this stuff, we'd have no idea like how much things have changed and where we started and where we're at now.
Data from the cheerleader workouts is given to students in an Algebra 2 class for analysis.
We used a thing called linear regression to get basically the average increase or decrease.
So you want to put your GPSs up this way. Those 6 numbers you see there are satellites circling the Earth. They feel very comfortable with any of the technology nowadays. They follow their instructions very well because they're serious about it. You see that word position? Tap on the position and look for status. It's not a field trip. When we go out there, the kids know that we're doing real science, and they're much more alert. If it was just a field trip, they wouldn't be there, because what does it really mean? So if we know where horny toads are, we want you to go to that site, and we want you to write down that latitude and longitude on your paper.
Students at the end of the year, the 8th grade teachers came up with a project focusing on cars.
What car? Look at that.
Like most Landry projects, the car unit was featured across the 8th grade curriculum. In science class, students made balloon-propelled cars out of recycled materials and road-tested their various designs.
Try to write some different selling points.
In language arts, students wrote car commercials. And in math, they calculated loan payments.
That's 6% of whatever you get for item number 7.
So multiply 6%
times that.
Okay.
They also used the web to plan trips and find information on fuel economy and environmental impacts.
I've had kids come back to me and tell me, do you remember that project we did? They have never, ever come back and said, remember that test we did? So I think that's the impact. If the kids remember it.
From math and English to the aesthetics of design, they also learn an invaluable lesson in teamwork.
We'll see how many we can fit. We'll see how many we can fit.
I'm thinking because
When we finally started on the site model, there was constant little squabbling about, oh, this should go there.
just the bottom row itself just holds 1,200 people, right?
No, this entire thing holds 1,200 people.
Oh, the entire school.
They're faced with this really complex problem that has certain constraints, and they have to figure out how to begin to make the decisions and move the process forward. And how do you do that decision-making within a group? These are the things that are really maybe the most powerful learnings that come from it, the real-life problem-solving, communication, collaboration skills.
I did learn how to work with people that didn't think the way I did, and thought non-linear, didn't believe in deadlines sort of thing. They really think out of the box, which is not like me. I'm a completely in-the-box kind of person. You gotta make sure you work together good.
Why not have the whole site, like, wall be glass facing the